I am Cynthia Cox, and this is the Nonprofit Minute. We've talked in other segments about the differences between compilations, reviews, and audits. So today I want to talk about reviewed financial statements. What is a review? When do you want to have a review compared to compiled financial statements or audits? And what are the details on how that review works? Reviewed financial statements provide limited assurance. So you've got your audits that have the most degree of assurance, and you've got your compilations that have no assurance. But a review provides limited assurance because the CPA is doing analytical review. So we're going, okay, what happened last year? How does that compare to this year? If salaries went up, did the receipts of the organization go up, so they needed more people? What are the relationships between the accounts and the increases and the decreases? A review is asking management questions. What kind of year did you have? Oh, the economy was bad. Did that affect your receipts? Did it increase your expenses? Or maybe you had a lot of turnover this year. Maybe you didn't use the same programs that you'd had the year before, and so you had a startup of a new program, and maybe there were expenses related to that. One of the questions that I as a CPA am required to ask when I do reviews is, does it meet my expectations? Let's say that you have a bookstore and your sales are up this year for your bookstore, but the cost is down. Does that make sense? Well, not really. Or what if the relationship was the reverse? Your sales are down, but your costs are real high. Maybe you're going to tell me that we used a lot of product through the bookstore in our organization, and so the cost fed through, but we weren't selling that except to ourselves. So then that would make sense to me, and it would meet my expectations. So those are the questions that we have to ask. We have to look for common sense trends compared to within your organization, and common sense trends compared to the current economy, other organizations that are like you, and that's our limited assurance. So the review, as you can see, is a lot more than a compilation, and yet it's not testing balances like an audit does. What's a downside to a review? Well, one of the downsides that's my biggest one is that there is no review of your internal controls when I do reviewed financial statements. An audit, I'm required to go in, look at your internal controls, give you a management letter that has recommendations on better internal controls, but I don't have to do that with a review. And so to me, that's kind of a disadvantage to the review and a benefit to your audit. However, a review is a lot less expensive than an audit, and banks like them. So it might be just the thing you need to have that extra set of eyes on your financial statements, to give that extra assurance, even though it's limited according to generally accepted accounting standards. But it really does give you some assurance when you're going to a third party or you're going to your board of directors, and has a lot of value. So you really want to go and find a good nonprofit accountant that can look at your situation and help you decide between a compilation, a review, or an audit. I am Cynthia Cox with Cox and Associates, and we look forward to serving you.